Now, EU lawmakers are holding a ceremony to award the people of Ukraine the annual Sakharov Prize for freedom of thought. And we're just about to see live pictures of the ceremony in the European Parliament. The prize, which is named after the late Soviet dissident Andrei Sakharov, honours individuals and organisations defending human rights and fundamental freedoms. And this, of course, is the Ukrainian President Zelenskyy. DW asked people in the streets of Kyiv, Ukraine, what they think about the award.
It's right we got it. We are the bravest. Our army the strongest in the world.
I feel grateful, and I hope that as well as words, we will receive concrete support, because Ukrainian people are really brave, but we need the support of the world.
I think it's good. This is the definition of everything happening here right now. I think it's recognition of the dignity and heroism of the Ukrainian people.
Ukraine now is considered one of the leading countries in Europe and is going to develop more together with the European countries. And I think this prize will have a good effect on the future of our country.
Our fate is to be brave.
And joining us now from Strasbourg is DW correspondent Barbara Wiese. Barbara, we saw footage just now of President Zelenskyy, I believe, receiving the prize on behalf of the Ukrainian people. What more can you tell us about it?
I mean, this prize for the European Parliament is a really big occasion every year because they are trying to sort of focus on their work as defenders of human rights. What they want to do, parliamentarians say, is shine a light on dissidents, on people who give their lives and work for the defense of human rights and of liberty. And so this is, of course, if you look at the last year's prize winner was Alexei Navalny. The year before it was the opposition in Belarus. So they have quite a track record of sort of really looking to Eastern Europe. And of course, the European Parliament has been from the beginning of the war the staunchest defender of Ukraine within the European institutions. They have really tried to strengthen the will of the member states to support Ukraine, to give money, to give weapons, countless resolutions in support of Ukraine. And so they're really trying to set a symbol here and let people know that the work is not done. It's ongoing, but it is still extremely important.
We just heard some Ukrainian voices there giving us their thoughts about the prize. Can you tell us how receiving this prize is likely to affect the Ukrainian people? What psychological impact might it have?
I mean, the psychological impact, of course, for the people who have come to take the prize here, because there is quite a number of civil society organizations that are represented here. For them, this is extremely important. This is an acknowledgement that they exist, an acknowledgement of their fight, an acknowledgement of their work. For instance, the emergency services of Ukraine, who are working so relentlessly after every bomb attack. One of their representatives is here. The emergency evacuation, the medical evacuation unit, who is just incredibly heroic, pulling people out of the rubble. One of their people is here to take the prize. And then, of course, we also have a person that is the mayor of Melitopol, the occupied city. And he, very early on in the occupation, stood up to the Russian occupiers. And he said that he would rather be in jail and rather be tortured than work with Russia because they were the enemy of the Ukrainian people. Let's listen to what Ivan Fedorov had to say about his struggle.
It is very important now for our nation. Because now our nation, our citizens, people in Ukraine need support and need to feel this support in different levels from different kinds, because Ukrainians defend for values, for European values first of all.
Looking at the fighting in the region now, it's fierce on one hand. On the other hand, troops seem to be bogged down because of the winter. So what are your predictions? What are your hopes for the next weeks and few months?
You know, I think that by last 10 months, Ukrainian militaries, Ukrainian soldiers and Ukrainian nation show that nobody can predict with such heroism Ukrainians will defend their land. Nobody predicts that Ukraine will liberate Kievsky region, Chernigivsky region. Nobody predicts that our soldiers liberate Kharkiv. That's why I think that nobody can predict when we liberate. But we also need support. And first of all, military support. We need enough weapons, we need enough heavy equipment to defend our territory. If we will have enough support from our partners, we will defend on winter, on summer, and of course we'll celebrate together our victory.
Barbara, very clear there, Ivan Fedorov talking about the support Ukraine needs. Tell us more about what this support needs to look like.
I mean, the support is just an ongoing labor. We saw this donor conference yesterday in Paris, where another €1 billion was collected in order to help Ukraine get through the winter for generators, electrical equipment, repair equipment, endless lists of necessities. And on the other hand, of course, there's the ongoing need of weapons, because both sides, Russia and Ukraine, are in the process of running down their stocks. So Ukraine needs more deliveries. They are getting, for instance, heavy weapons from the United States. Further HIMARS are on the way. That's what we heard. But other European countries need to keep delivering weapons, because otherwise what Ivan Fedorov hopes, that there will be a celebration of victory, will not come to pass.
DW correspondent Barbara Wiesel in Strasbourg. Thank you.